Okay, so you are members of our primary audience in the B income bracket. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, so if you answer them honestly and give feedback when it's due, that would be great. So just to start off, I just wanted to know what your thoughts were about the opening sequence. Did you like it, and what did you kind of overall think about it? Do you have any particular thoughts about that?
I think the way it was shot and the way it captured that, kind of the essence of what you're trying to do, is quite gritty, it's everyday, and the way you kind of staged it's really kind of true to life.
So you thought it was very conventional for a
Very
genre?
conventional, yes.
That's good. Did you like it as well?
Yeah, I thought it definitely drew me in to think, this would
quite
be
intriguing.
Yeah, this will be interesting. Yeah. There's obviously something troubling him. And then to see he had something in his hand, and the shot was obviously there was going to be something around this piece of paper letter.
Yeah.
And the music was quite harrowing, the way it kind of led you in and built you into the start.
But not too depressing, the music. So
because it has got that positive tone to it when he does find the letter.
Again,
So
intrigue more than anything.
Okay, so what did you think to the general plot of it? Or I think, although it is a bit here and there, perhaps slightly because of the flashbacks make it a bit fragmented, but did you feel that? What did you kind of feel after watching it? Did you feel quite intrigued?
Yeah, I felt quite intrigued because the flashbacks made you think and pulled you back to what the story is starting to lead up to and build into. So that almost led you back into it, and you started to thinking, well, obviously there's an problem there, a social issue.
And it is only the opening title sequence, so...
I didn't get the first flashback, so it came in quite quickly.
I thought that was a bit confusing.
Yeah, I think maybe if it had been a little bit further in, and then when the second flashback happened, it was quite quick, the first one, and I almost missed it.
Yeah. Did you think that as well? Or?
Yeah, looking back on it now, maybe it was a bit too soon, too quick to build up the story.
So instead we could have put it later on or made it a bit longer, so it was more noticeable.
Yeah,
either one of them two things. It was too short and I'd missed it, and it wasn't until we saw the second flashback that I realised that the first one was a flashback.
Plot bit that you weren't too keen on then.
Yeah, because you didn't know whether it's him or whether it's to do with...
Did you think it was relevant to modern day society? Perhaps the train station kind of reflects that whole urban environment, or... do you think there could have been more things to make it more relevant?
I think I like that because he's very low, and you can see he's quite a lone person. It's only him, and it focuses on him, and you feel like part of that the troubles that he's going through. I think.
So you think it's quite current then?
I think it's very relevant and current.
It wasn't on a phone though, was it?
No.
That's the only thing. I would have thought someone of his age would have been sat, particularly when he was sat on the train. He would have been constantly on his phone. But then again, depending on his circumstances, or if his phone had been lost or taken or whatever, then...
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so did it make sense to you? Did you think everything was kind of appropriate and you were able to follow it?
I think it was nice to show you from the start, as him walking in. Obviously he's getting from A to B, but obviously he's thinking about other things of what's happened, and he has these flashbacks.
So you did think it was quite easy to follow?
Yeah. I think the scene with his parents, or you're led to believe it's his parents, that then you're like, okay, there's some sort of troubles. That kind of cemented.
Okay, so as our sequence contains a lot of representations and ideologies and stereotypical viewpoints of the working class, did you think the mise en scène was appropriate? And that is things like costumes, what I was wearing, the props, so like the letter and things, and the makeup and locations, for example, the house. So did you think they fit the sort of narrative of what it was?
Yeah, I think what he was wearing, and then you see what other props are being used within there to kind of show you that kind of social demographics of where he is at the moment, what he's wearing, as opposed to the other people in that.
What, like he could tell was a lot different compared to the businessman?
Yeah, to businessman. It kind of almost stereotypical took out you know, what kind of social aspects and
Yeah.
background.
So you think we presented that class quite well then?
Yeah, he definitely looked like your stereotypical
Yeah.
teenager with the hoodie, with it up.
Yeah. Do you think maybe perhaps a bit too stereotypical?
No, I don't think so. No, I think that
No, I
was
think-
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you got
Think
that
it was.
got
Yeah,
right.
I think
Yeah, I thought his family. I thought you got that right as well. So I'm not sure about the businessman on the platform talking so
Yeah,
loudly
but-
on his phone. That was very stereotypical.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
which I'm not sure.
Maybe he should have been a bit more understated and like chinos or a jacket or something there.
Yeah.
So he wasn't too.
Yeah, he did look a bit OT,
Yeah.
especially with his loud talking
Yeah,
on the phone.
exactly. Okay, so just Dad, obviously, with your experience in art and direction, did you think it was realistic, or do you think it could have improved in any way more artistically?
I did like the opening titles, the way they were
Yeah.
angled and they brought you in and made you, even though they weren't straightforward, it made you look at them more.
Yeah,
But I think the way it was shot,
so
and
quite cleverly
it's
placed.
quite cleverly, yeah. It's very kind of meaningful the way it's put together, and I like the way it was shot, and also
Yeah.
the way the kind of camera angle move in, especially when he's put in the, and when he's going up to the train station to pay for his tickets, so you kind of zoom in and out.
Yeah.
It was just a nice.
So do you think we could have
Right.
improved in anything in particular? Maybe colours, things like that, or lighting, or...
No, I think because it kind of captured. It was during the day. I think
Yeah.
if you start to do over kind of complicate it was just kind of raw and edgy, and
Yeah.
that's what you
It
needed.
felt very
Yeah.
real.
natural. That's exactly what we were
Yeah.
trying to go for. Okay, so was there anything that you didn't like in particular? Any thoughts?
Probably the only thing I'd suggest is maybe because it was an open sequence, perhaps there wasn't much narration that the boy was there. He didn't have any kind of contact with anyone else. Whether there could have been any other conversation that could have sparked those memories or something a bit. You know,
Do you
someone
think
could
probably
have,
more dialogue.
maybe a little bit more dialogue, the way he could have probably approached, you know, someone and they said something to him and he
Yeah.
snapped at them because obviously he's kind of feeling
Yeah.
anxiety in a build-up, and maybe, you know, there could have been a bit more of a flashback to thinking, you know, he's got issues,
Yeah.
social issues here, and the way he kind of has that interaction with other people.
So instead of just seeing things, maybe dialogue would have
Yeah.
been more
Yeah,
real and
just to kind of-
imaginable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been good to hear him say at least one or
Yeah.
two things so that you could have
Yeah.
got, rather than just from his look and the visual
Yeah.
side, that you could have understood where
And
he's
there's-
feeling, and that might have helped link the flashbacks.
Yeah, definitely, because sometimes it could be a bit confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So after viewing the opening sequence, does it make you definitely want to watch the rest of the film?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
I think it was
Yeah.
really good. I wasn't expecting it, but I think it was
That's
really good.
definitely the sort of thing that I would
Yeah.
watch. So, and it was intriguing enough to
Yeah.
me to think, yeah, I'd want to watch that.
Okay, brilliant. Do you have any other thoughts or inputs, or is that it?
I thought the music was really good.
Yeah,
I think the piano, all that kind of,
Yeah.
even though it's quite in depth and low key, but it still had that kind of bounce about it, so it kind of drew you in.
yeah.
So no, I think it was
Brilliant. Okay, well, thank you very much. That is the feedback from the audience members of the B income bracket, i.e. our sophisticated viewers. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.